Shalom, Israel. Shalom. Lord willing, this is the edifying lesson and the edifying prayer. So bear with me, and Lord willing, you enjoy the 2-minute video.
Therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that it shall no more be said, the Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. And it shall no more be said, but the Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north, and from all the lands whither he had driven them.
That same God, Yahweh, through his son Yahweh Shai, is gonna deliver the same people in this time that we're living in. And the scriptures tell it clearly. If your eye has been opened to see these things, there's no way no other nation can make it into our kingdom, which is the kingdom of Yahweh Shai. There's no way they're gonna be servants. There's no way they're gonna be
people unto the Lord thy
servants.
God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself. The Lord thy God hath above all people that are upon the face a special people. The Lord did not set his love upon you, nor choose you, because ye were more in number than any people, for ye were the fewest of all people, but because the Lord loved you, and because he would keep the oath which he had sworn unto your fathers, hath the Lord brought you out with a mighty hand, and redeemed you out of the house of bondmen, hath the Lord brought you out of Pharaoh king of Egypt.
You can totally see it. You can totally see that the same God, Yahweh, that was delivering the children of Israel out of all type of captivities when they went off, is the same power Yahweh that's going to send his son back, Yahweh Shai, who is of our nation, to deliver the elect in these last days, before Esau the elect when his establishment of his new world order is totally destroyed. That's what's getting ready to happen. Ain't nothing else getting ready to happen but that.
Therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Lord,
but that
it shall no more be said, the Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. Israel out of the Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north, and from all the lands whither he had driven them off, and from all the lands whither he had driven them.
Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai.
Therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that it shall no more be said, the Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. But the Lord...
Time to give our praise to the Most High, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakodash. Yahweh being the Most High God, and Yahushai is who the world ignorantly calls Jesus the Christ. I want to give double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, who've been with the wealth of the Spirit, teaching and believing in the Most High, Yahweh Shemashai's word. Lord willing, the Most High continue to put on their spirit to endure, and a mighty shalom to the hopeful elect, scattered four corners of the earth, in and out of congregations, that's teaching this word and believing this word to the best of their ability. Shalom to the wives and the single sisters that's playing their role. Lord willing, the Most High continue to have you be believers of his word. And Lord willing, the Most High have mercy on the other brothers and sisters that's not in the faith. So you see the title of the lesson. It is a prayer for rescue from enemies. I'm going to read verse 1 to 10. I'm going to first read it in the NLT, and then we're just going to hop right into the lesson and bring out every verse. So each verse, right? So Psalms chapter 35, verse 1, reading the 10 in the NLT, which is the New Living Translation. And this is what it says. O Yahweh, oppose those who oppose me. Fight those who fight against me. Put on your armor and take up your shield. Prepare for battle and come to my aid. Lift up your spear and javelin against those who pursue me. Let me hear you say, I will give you victory. Bring me bring shame and disgrace on those trying to kill me. Turn them back and humiliate those who want to harm me. Blow them away like chaff in the wind, a wind sent by the angels of the Lord. Make their path dark and slippery with the angel of Yahweh Shemashai pursuing them. I did them no wrong, but they laid a trap for me. I did them no wrong, but they dug a pit to catch me. So let sudden ruin come upon them. Let them be caught in the trap they set for me. Let them be destroyed in the pit they dug for me. Then I will rejoice in Yahweh Shemashai, and I will be glad because he rescues me. With every bone in my body, I will praise him. Yahweh, who can compare with you? Who else rescues the helpless from the strong? Who else protects the helpless and poor from those who rob them? And this is a Psalm of David. If you read First Samuel, you'll see that he was Saul was going far out his reach just to pursue David. So going with verse 1, Psalms 35 verse 1, O Yahweh, oppose those who oppose me, fight those who fight against me. And I'm going to always think of Sirach 4:28. If we strive for the truth until death, the Lord will fight for us. And David was a faithful servant of Yahweh Shemashai. This is Psalms 43 verse 1 in the KJV. And it reads, Judge me, O Yahweh, and plead my cause against an ungodly nation. O deliver me from the deceitful and unjust man. Right? When you go into the three holy children, there's only one chapter, verse 9. The Lord gave us to lawless enemies and an unjust king. And we're in the hands of an unjust nation. You know, the men and the women of Israel is waiting on this day, right? Jeremiah 47:1, and it reads, Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground, there is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans. For thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. And the so-called Edomites are the pharaohs, the Chaldeans, the Babylonians of today, right? Through the spirit, because they're playing the role of your oppressors, right? Because they are oppressor. In Deuteronomy 28:68 said you will go to Egypt again, but on ships, right? When you look in Exodus, the 20th chapter, verse 2, it tells you that Egypt means bondage, and bondage means it really say the house of bondage, and bondage just means slavery, servitude, captivity, right? In the Babylonia or the Babylonians, they put us in captivity. We were under servitude, but it's all because of our wickedness, right? But only the just is going to get delivered from an unjust nation or an ungodly nation. This is why it's very important that we get right with Yahweh Shemashai, right? You want to bring the Most High in your household, right? You want Yahweh Shemashai to abide in you. And we can't have, it's no way, I've never seen it happen. How can you have Yahweh Shemashai abiding in you and you ain't even doing shit? You know what I'm saying? You ain't doing nothing. You ain't humble. You don't really got patience. You might have worldly patience, but when it comes to getting this kingdom, when it comes to getting this knowledge or understanding long suffering, right? Because the Lord is long suffering, right? Let's get Proverbs 22 verse 23. It says, For Yahweh Shemashai will plead their cause and spoil the soul of those that spoil them, right? The Lord is going to spoil those nations that spoiled us, right? When you even look at the book of Judges, just getting this real quick, chapter 2, and I believe verse 14, it says, "And the anger of Yahweh Shemashai was hot against Israel, and he delivered them into the hands of spoilers that spoiled them. And he sold them into the hands of their enemies round about, so that they could not any longer stand before their enemies." Right? And so the same nations that spoiled us or touched the apple of the Most High's eye, Yahweh Shemashai is going to deal with them. Right? And I'm going to just get this verse because I just quoted it. Zechariah chapter 2, verse 8. "For thus saith Yahweh Shemashai of hosts, after the glory have he sent me unto the nations which spoiled you. For he that toucheth you toucheth the apple of his eye." So the nation of Israel, regardless if you accept it or not, the Black, Latinos, and Natives who are called by those names in America, and they probably call different names outside of America in different worlds, you are the apple of the Most High's eyes, right? And this is why the whole Psalms 35 is a prayer, right? I just took out 10 of them. You know what I'm saying? And you should always be praying to the Lord that he actually redeems you, save you from your enemies, man. Because this is not a place of rest, right? And if you is resting, wait, kumbaya for you, right? And you might be resting and enjoying yourself and don't even know what the hell was going on, right? This is Limitations 5 and 5. Our necks are under persecution. We labor and have no rest. If you're not dealing in, if you don't see yourself in this situation, you might be a lost cause. How would you know the Lord dealing with you, man? If you don't know that in this captivity, you got to work hard just to even live a good life. Let alone anybody that's living a good life have to most likely do something that's unrighteous to get that money, right? Let alone if you saying, man, you got all this money, look at your time. Do you ever spend time seeking the Lord's face, right? Let alone you got all that money, you got arms to reach, you got places that you could go. Do you have videos of you going out teaching his word so we all can get edified? You know what I'm saying? Money ain't gonna save us in the time of Yahweh Shemashai's wrath. Right? Let me get Exodus 14. I'm gonna get Exodus 14, verse 25. It says, I'm gonna start at 24. It says, "And it came to pass that in the morning watch Yahweh Shemashai looked unto the host of the Egyptian through the pillar of fire and of the cloud, and troubled the host of the Egyptians, and took off their chariot wheels, that they drave them heavily, so that the Egyptians said, Let us flee from the face of Israel, for Yahweh Shemashai fighteth for them against the Egyptians," right? And the Most High is going to fight for the elect, right? Wherever they are scattered, right? And that's what we're patiently waiting for Yahweh Shemashai to do that, right? And the Lord is showing he's coming. The Lord is visiting this place. Man, it's either something going on every day, every other day, every week, every other week, every month, or every other month. Within 1 year, the Lord been visiting this place, right? The Lord been visiting this place more than niggas that say they believe in God, but they not even reading and doing the requirements. The Lord is visiting this place more than you visit your Bible, right? Let's go to Joshua, the 10th chapter, which is a good chapter, in verse 42, and it says, I'm gonna start at 40. It says, "So Joshua smote all the country of the hills, and of the south, and the vale, and of the springs, and all their kings. He left none remaining, but utterly destroyed all that breathed, as Yahweh Shemashai, God of Israel, commanded. And Joshua smote them from Kadesh Barnea even unto Gaza and all the country of Goshen, even unto Gibeon. And all these kings in their land did Joshua take at one time, because Yahweh Shema Shai, power of Israel, fought for Israel, right? Because this goes into, when you look at Joshua, the 10th chapter, 28 to 43, it goes into Joshua defeats the southern kings, right? Because Israel is going into their land, right? And when you look at verse 1 to 14, that's dealing with the 5 kings a war against Gibeon, right? And Joshua defeats the 5 kings going into verse 15 to 27, right? And it's anytime we want to battle, we overcame land. It was all because of Yahweh Shema Shai, right? And the whole point of this prayer is to pray for that same power, to pray for Yahweh Shema Shai to rescue us from our enemies, right? Going back to Psalms 35, reading verse 2 and 3, it says, "Put on your armor and take up your shield, prepare for battle, and come to my aid. Lift up your spear and javelin against those who pursue me. Let me hear you say, I will give you victory," right? In most cases, every time when we did have a battle, yeah, the Lord will come and do it, or the Lord will, through the Spirit, powers that be, moved us, right? And we slain and killing, right? Imagine if David probably was 14 around that age when he fought the lion and the bear. You know, you gotta try to imagine the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shai. You know, he probably had an angel, something around him to give him this strength, that power to be able to fight a 600-pound grizzly bear and a 400-pound lion, right? And this is why you want to always call on Yahweh Shema Shai to give you that power, that strength, right? Now let's go to Psalms 27, verse 2. And it reads, "When the wicked, even my enemies and my foes, came upon me to eat up my flesh, they stumbled and fell." Right? The Lord is gonna make your enemies stumble and fall, man. And you don't even know. They are looking around like, yo, what the hell happened? And this is what's for Esau. The Lord is playing a big ass chess game right now. And Esau don't know shit that's going on. Right? And the Lord is just moving them in the right way to get ready to die in his own war. Right? Especially the elites. They're getting their little bunkers all nice and neat for them because they know the day of the Lord is at hand. Right? And I bet you their bunkers look like an underground mansion. Like if you go watch the movie, the TV show, The 100, and probably go to the probably the 4th or 5th season when the radiation thing was about to come over the whole earth, the people hid in that tall ass building, but it had a bunker. It had a bunker in it. And when the whole radiation took over the whole planet Earth, they was hid for a minute. And then they came out when they knew that they can walk on the earth, right? And that's what the elect, they got those bunkers thinking that when all that destruction happened, that they're going to come out and rebuild again. Man, bitch, you out your damn mind, right? The Lord just had you created those things so you can hide your damn children, your wives, or whoever you may be in those damn bunkers. And then as soon as everything happened, when that door opened, you're gonna see a nigga. You're gonna see a nigga. And you're gonna be smiling, but that nigga gonna be so fierce and so ready, angry to whoop that ass. Imagine you trying to come out your bunker like, oh yes, I think it's clear. We can probably go out. We can inhabit the earth now. Let's multiply and rule the earth again. And you going out the door, as soon as you go out the door, just like the 100, niggas standing right out that damn bunker, trying to get because there was some other people when you go like years, like months before the 3rd or 4th season, you had people living in Underwood. I forgot where they was at, but they were in a bunker under the earth. right? And they had some of the people hostage, and you had some of the people that came in the spaceship that came on the earth. They were looking for their friends that they had taken because they were using bone marrow or using their blood because they've been down there for so long. When they come up, you know, the air or whatever kills them. You know what I'm saying? But when Yahweh Shemar Shai bring forth his wrath, you know, these elites really think that they'll be able to replenish the earth. But guess what? The Lord is just going to preserve them so that when our kingdom get established, we're going to have servants. All praises to Yahweh Shemar Shai, huh? Right? He has the best game plan. You're right. So going to 1 Samuel chapter 23, verse 26 to 27, it says, and Saul went on this side of the mountain, and David his men on that side of the mountain. And David made haste to get away for fear of Saul. For Saul and his men compassed David and his men round about to take them. But there came a messenger unto Saul, saying, Haste thee and come, for the Philistines have invaded the land. Now you see, Saul is seeking after David, but you see how Yahweh Shem Shai came, it like just something miraculous. Now Saul's messenger came and told him, hey, the Philistines have invaded the land. The Lord caused that situation just to save David. You see that? That is fire. And you don't see it say it was the Lord, right? Let's read it again. It says, and Saul went on this side of the mountain, and David and his men on that side of the mountain. So they both were at the same mountain. One is on one side and one is on the other side. They don't see each other. And David made haste to get away for fear of Saul. For Saul and his men compassed David and his men round about to take them. But there came a messenger unto Saul, saying, Haste thee and come, for the Philistines have invaded the land. Right? That was all Yahweh Shem Shai. At that point in time, he had the Philistines invade the land. Right? Man, the Lord is amazing. Right? I'm going to go to... Isaiah, but I'm going to read this in the NLT. Isaiah chapter 8, and we're going to verse 9 and 10. It says, and sweep into Judah until it is chin deep. It will spread its wings, submerging your land from one end to another, O Emmanuel. Huddle together, you nations, and be terrified. Listen, all you distant lands, prepare for battle, but you will be crushed. Yes, prepare for battle, but you will be crushed. Right? Yahweh Shem Yahushai is preparing battle on the nations, man, because they touched the apple of his eyes, man, which is the nation of Israel. Yasharal, right? And all praise to Yahweh Shem Yahushai. He still has us to heart. He still cares for us, right? Now going back to Psalms 35, reading verse 4, bring shame and disgrace on those trying to kill me. Turn them back and humiliate those who want to harm me, right? So you want to pray to the Lord to bring shame to the other nations, right? You want the Lord to bring disgrace to those nations that try to kill you, butt break you, have your women walking around the streets like a bobblehead. Turn them back and humiliate those who want to harm me, right? The nations are going to get humiliated by Yahweh Shem Yahushai, right? Let's go to, we're going to read this in the KJV. This is Psalms 35, verse 26. And it reads, let them be ashamed and brought to confusion together that rejoice at my hurt. Ooh, let them be clothed with shame and dishonor that magnify themselves against me, right? All these nations is going to be put to shame because they were against us. just like David's enemy was against them, right? Our foreign brother, Saul. Guess what? He ended up dying, right? Yahweh Shem Shai has a beautiful judgment or a beautiful reward for the nations, right? Psalms 31, verse 17 to 18. It says, "Let me not be ashamed, O Yahweh, for I have called upon thee. Let the wicked be ashamed, and let them be silent in the grave. Let the lying lips be put to silence, which speak grievous things proudly and contemptuously against the righteous." Right? Anybody that speaks against the righteous, anybody that's going against the righteous, hey, Yahweh Shema Shai, please destroy him. Please bring them to humiliation. Please bring them to despair. Please bring them to agony, right? Please give them confusion, right? They're going to be so confused, right? Psalms 35, verse 5, it says, "Blow them away like chaff in the wind, a wind sent by the angels of Yahweh Shem Shai," right? Blow them away, Yahweh Shem Shai, with that smooth destruction you're going to come with. Right, Psalms 83. And I'm going to read verse 13 to 17. It says, "Oh, my power, make them like a wheel as the stubble for the wind." And when we see what? Jacob a flame, Jacob a fire, Joseph a flame, and Esau for stubble. Lord willing, I said it correctly. It says, as the fire burneth a wood, as the flame setteth the mountain on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid with thy storm. Fill their faces with shame, that they may seek thy name, O Yahweh Shem Shai. Let them be confounded and troubled forever. Yeah, let them be put to shame and perish, right? Let's pray that our enemies fall, right? All the things that your kids might have to go through, our sisters out in these streets, brothers have to go against this whole world, right? You want to pray the slow, fast destruction on your enemies. And if you not, you're like, no, I love my master. Oh yeah, stay the hell away from me, please. Right? Because us over here, we praying for the Lord to redeem us, right? This is Isaiah chapter 29, verse 5 in the NLT. It says, "But suddenly your ruthless enemies will be crushed like the finest of dust. Your enemy attackers will be driven away like chaff before the wind. Suddenly, in an instant," right? The Lord is going to crush our enemies, right? I don't know if you ever, like the movies, like with like the Vikings, even in Sparta Kids, you got movies where, yeah, kill them, right? You want the nations to be destroyed, man. But at the end of the day, if you're not trying to do the will of the Most High Yahweh Shem Shai, you're going to end up dying with him. So you want to come in this thing to do the work of Yahweh Shem Shai. You want to come in this thing with faith, and you want to believe in the Lord evermore. Every day you want to feel like you grew more faith, or you grew more to believe in the Lord, right? Or you grew and you learned something else in the scriptures, right? I learned more of the mindset of our wicked leaders, the kings, the priests. That's what I came up on, right? For the times with the stuff that I've been reading, right? Let alone with the Maccabees, when Israel had to endure when they were in the hands of the Greeks. Let alone the things that I've been thinking of Rome. Right now, Lord willing, I'm gonna get into the 12 feathers, right? And that's going into Rome, right? And Rome was cruel in many years. For them to come up into power, they were cruel. Let alone doing about the crucifixion. They've been doing that way before Yahweh Shai, and they'll make you a mockery by just crucifying you on the cross, right? And niggas want to wear a cross, but that cross really represents Rome. When you really rocking it, you're really just rocking a cross that represents Rome. For real, right? And Yahweh Shai is all about him being crucified. He dies and rose the third day. That's the whole point about Yahweh Shai. It's not about no damn Roman cross. So when you niggas wearing a cross, you really just represent Rome, nigga. Right? What is it called? For us, by us, right? The cross, the crucifixion, the cross, that's for them and by them, right? We got to come back to the power of Yahweh Shema Shai because he's going to crush our enemies, man. And you know, if you stand in there a building and it's getting crushed like 9/11, you're going to fall too. You're going to die too. So get away from the building. Get away from this system spiritually and mentally, right? This is Psalms 35, and I'm going to read verse 7 and 8. Let me read I'm gonna read 6, 7, and 8, right? It says, make their path dark and slippery with the angels of Yahweh Shema Shai pursuing them. I did them no wrong, but they laid a trap for me. I did them no wrong, but they dug a pit to catch me. So let sudden ruin come upon them. Let them be caught in the trap they set for me. Let them be destroyed in the pit they dug for me. Right? What they had Jake and other Israelites in, if you ran away, they put a bell on you. That's why you hear that jingle bells rock. That all started with a nigga wearing a bell. And kids out here saying Merry Christmas and don't even know the understanding of Christmas. Right? They use things that come from your history or other nations and they put it all in there and they make it sound so good. But that jingle bell shit was when they put it on a slave that always ran away. So every time when he run, you can hear that bell. Jingle bells. And that nigga got rocked. You know what I'm saying? They put rods that can go on your neck. So if you running, you going in the woods and you run between a tree, the damn rod will get caught in the tree. So it would help them catch you. They put you in they even left bear traps in the woods or certain areas that you will run. So when you will run, you step on a bear trap, your leg get caught. You can't run, let alone if you can run, the blood is leaking. The dog, sniffy dogs, he's gonna smell every man. What the nation's done to us, and I ain't even just talking about Esau. Every nation done something, man. Right? They got a rude awakening. And guess what? The Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai gonna make them feel every drop of it. Right? This is Psalms chapter 64, verse 7. That they may shoot in secret at the perfect. Suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not. They encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of laying snares privily. They say, who shall see them? Right? So they're laying traps like, man, who the hell gonna see us laying these traps? But guess what? Yahweh Shema Shai gave us the blueprint. It's in the scriptures. The mark of the beast is physical, guys. It's not spirit, it's not spiritual, it's not sin, it's physical, guys. It's right here. Right? What non-spiritual nigga gonna know that they gonna think the mark of the beast being spiritual? No, Esau's gonna make it physical, right? Because niggas can't go without physical fucking money, right? You can't go without physical food. So they're gonna trap you using something in their system. They're gonna try to trap you in their system, right? And the Lord gave us the blueprint. The Lord gave us the blueprint, right? Let's get another one. Let's go to Psalm 73. Psalm 73, verse 18 and 20. It says, surely thou didst set them in slippery places. Thou castest them down into destruction. How are they brought into desolation as in a moment? They are utterly consumed with terrors, right? And this is what we want. We want our enemies in terror. right? Let's go to this verse in Judith, right? Let's go to Judith, the 5th chapter, and we're gonna go to the point, verse 21. It says, "But if there be no iniquity in their nation, let my Lord now pass by, lest their Lord defend them and their power before them, and we become a reproach before all the world." Right? Israel was coming back to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. This is why the nations is moving the way that they're moving, man. Yo, we got to be on the move, man. These motherfuckers is about to get the king. We about to be a reproach. Let's block the sun so that they don't get the kingdom. Let's measure the depths of the sea. We gotta get every trick. Satan is trying to do left, trigger, square, pause, square, circle, and X. He trying to hit you with mad combinations behind the scenes. Right? Let's go to Psalms, the 7th chapter. Right? All praise to the Most High that he thought about us and left us the blueprint. This is why it's amazing to have the scriptures, man. Right? This is Psalm chapter 7, verse 15 to 16. It says, "He made a pit and digged it, and is fallen into the ditch which he made. His mischief shall return upon his own head, and his violent dealing shall come down upon his own pate." Right? So the snare, the trap that he's putting before us, guess what? He's gonna fall on his own shit, right? He's gonna fall into his own mess. He's gonna fall into his own destruction. Yo, Esau is making nukes. Oh, we're gonna kill him. Guess what? He's gonna die by him. But guess what? The elites, they're trying to cause a big moment in history, and it's gonna be the other way around. The Lord is just using that to cleanse out the earth from all the wicked, right? And the higher ups, he's just letting them think, yeah, you think you're getting away, you got this money, I'm gonna let you think you got away. And then when it's silent, the air clear, I'm gonna put it in your mind and come out your little bunkers, and then you're gonna be taken, right? Let's get that. Jeremiah, the 16th chapter, verse 16, right? Lord willing, we are that number. It said, "Behold, I will send for many fishers, save Yahweh Shema Shai." It's going to be many of us, and they shall fish them, and after will I send for many hunters, and they shall hunt them from every mountain and from every hill out of the holes of the rocks. We're going to be searching for these nations. We're going to be searching for the elite out of them holes. Mother sucker found you. we going to be the best finders and hide and go seek. Find you. It's over. They ain't going to, man, I'm telling you, they're going to be scared as hell when they see a Diesel, a Dargabar. Hey, if I am that elect, if I am, this is Psalms chapter 35, and I'm going to read verse 9 to 10. It says, "Then I will rejoice in Yahweh Shema Shai, and I will be glad because he rescued me. With every bone in my body, I will praise him. Yahweh, who can compare with you? Who else rescues the helpless from the strong? Who else protects the helpless and poor from those who rob them?" Right? Who's going to protect this, man? That's Yahweh Shem Yahushai, right? Outside of anything that you do in this world, you should always be giving thanks and praise to Yahweh Shem Yahushai, because your ass today is breathing. And if you don't know what the Lord's game plan, you're a sad cause, because you're not searching for the Lord. You're not looking for him in the scriptures, right? If you're a parent, a mother, or a father, and you're not trying to edify your kids on these mysteries that the Lord has given us, man, that's a shame, man, right? But guess what? It's all the Lord. Man's going to the Lord. The Lord didn't put it on you to want to seek him. The Lord didn't put it on you to want to be the light. The Lord might put it on you to be like, you know what? I'm going to be a teacher, but I'm not going to record, right? Hey, you might think the Lord dealing with you, and you like, you know what? I'm not about to teach no more. I'm about to go live a life, but I believe in the Lord, right? Hey, you still believe in the Lord, but you don't want to just be walking and only moving like that, man, right? You don't want to just think just because you just believe in the Lord, that's it, right? This is St. John 6:27. It says, labor not for the meat which perisheth, but for that meat which endureth unto everlasting life, which the Son of Man shall give unto you, for him have the Most High the Father sealed. Right? So Yahweh Bashim Shai is going to give you that meat, that spiritual meat, right? Which is these scriptures, man. If the Lord is not increasing you in his ministry, the Lord might not be dealing with you, right? First Timothy, the first chapter, in the 12th verse, right? It says, and I thank Hamashiach Yahushai our Lord, who have enabled me, for that he counted me faithful, putting me into the ministry. So if the Lord put you in the ministry of Moses, the elders, the apostles, the prophets, the evangelists, right? Your ass should be doing the work, man, right? Because the enemy is working more than we ever can or have been, right? We got to work more than he can in the spirit, man, right? Put your hands to the plow and get to working, right? Build your house up, right? Put the spirit of the Lord in your house, right? You got an attitude, get the heck, try to get out that attitude, right? You lost somebody, man, calling Yahweh Shem Yahushai, right? You dealing with certain situations, calling Yahweh Shem Yahushai, right? So if you dealing with something, man, this is a beautiful prayer, Psalms 35, 1 through 10, but you can actually read the whole chapter. Lord willing, this was edifying. If it wasn't, Salaki, Lord willing, we could try again. Till next time, it's your brother Dagabar, Yahweh speed. Shalom.